You know what? I think that there was no sense in having that false ending. I think if you come back from a false ending, it has to be huge.
You got to be big.
Yeah.
You can't just trickle out after a nice big false ending.
A false ending sets up the fact that, holy shit, this is the best part of the song.
And that's a lesson for life, Pavement. That was Pavement, who continues Lo-Fi Week.
Pavement on Lo-Fi Week. Something Chris hasn't been able to.
No, he didn't understand. He's going to look into it, though. I've had a lot of suggestions on Lo-Fi Week. And at Hero Pup sent me some suggestions, some Ween suggestion. And I just want to continue to be allowed to pick songs. Because it's a good suggestion, but they will take it away from me. Yeah. I have to be careful. I have to appeal to the masses a little bit.
Well, you have to be careful with our opening song because everybody else can turn on you in a heartbeat.
I know.
Even though they haven't put up an opening song in forever. They're still willing to say, oh, that sucks.
I know.
It's a tune out.
Forget it.
Hey, it's the Bennington Show on I'm going to guess today's Wednesday.
It is.
Wednesday, hump day midweek. Big night for the Trumpster last night, even though if you watched his speech after, he acted like the whole world was against him. Some people don't know how to win. They just don't know how to win. We had an incredible night last night with Bonnie McFarlane and her beautiful book signing. Everybody had a fantastic time.
Everyone did. And, we said it was going to be the social event of the season.
It was.
And it really was. It was such a blast. Everybody came out. It was a great time. Huge laughs. Bonnie was fantastic.
Bonnie was unbelievable. The crowd was unbelievable, lining up down the street, lining up to get their book signed. Everybody was in a great mood. And Rich Voss was hilarious.
Yeah.
He did a thing at the end of the night that was so visually funny when he was selling his CDs out of that little ticket thing. It was just the funniest night. Opie showed up, had a great time.
Yeah, everyone showed up. It was a who's who.
It really was. So a lot more things going down. By the way, I want you to go and check this out. There's our buddy Big J has that new TV show out, a new internet TV show out, called What's Your Fucking Deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
The iBang has secured the posters for this. Now, I was down when they shot this, and these posters were up on the wall, and they're just tremendous. Tremendous.
Whoa, those are fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, the set that they had done, and Christine had set up the whole thing herself, but the posters, look at those. And they're signed by Big J, and your chance to win them. But, we all believe that this is the year of Big J.
Oh,
you know?
It's his year.
And, long time coming. Now, they do a thing down at this stand, I think it's called Mashup, right? And where they put two comedians on stage at the same time. Christine puts it on once a month, and she said, would you do this? She writes to me, would you do this mashup show with Big J? So I write back, yeah, of course. I love to watch Big J do his stand-up by standing behind him on the stage. It would be fantastic. So she's like, great. Now, are you really doing it? Or is this like when you say you're going to be on Skanks?
You're not trusted.
And I'm just leaving. I didn't even answer back. I just left because I guess I got somewhat of a reputation.
Yeah, Big J actually came by last night to the Unmasked.
I did not see him.
Yeah, about like 20 minutes in, I'm like standing downstairs and I just see him walk down. He came over, stood by me. We watched the show for a little. He had a good time. He was there for about 15 minutes, and then he had to go.
I know. He had stuff to do. That's really nice of him, though.
Cool.
He's the sweetest thing.
Big J?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got a big mashup coming with him. But I'm kind of pissed because I want these posters for myself.
That is a frameable poster. Like, it's a piece of art. It's gorgeous.
And this is the kind of stuff that they had up. But you got to go check it out at the iBang. It's... I think 5 different posters. All of them are incredible.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I love them.
I love that one there.
Which one?
The just like a little bit farther down. It's the one with him standing there, and then the big Jay Okerson in huge letters. It looks so great. That one there.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Is that the only one we got blown up?
That's the only one we have blown up, yeah.
But they're all great.
Because I like that second one a lot, too. The Rising Sun one.
Yeah, that is good.
Actually, they're all fantastic. There's not one that's bad.
I like the mugshot one. I think that's a mugshot.
It's not.
That's not a mugshot. No one has a microphone in their mugshot. That's the stupidest thing. By the way, you were a lunatic last night.
I know. I was a fucking madman. I'm a crazy
You were
person.
like, and I'm seriously watching you come towards that stage like a bull. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trump got bum rushed like this.
Yeah, I know. And you know that we're all sensitive because of it.
How many times I say, I really would like Gail in that position because she has a sense of theater. And then I would go like, Gail, no, Gail's not going to be in that position. And what about Joe? I don't know, like, what the fuck? You know, like, Joe will start choking.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very ridiculous. My actions, I had some ridiculous actions last night. I felt crazy. I was a sweaty, crazy person.
Why, man?
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck goes through my head.
What's with the sweat factor? We got to get down to the bottom of it.
But I tried to talk to you to, you know what I mean, get your head into who would be best to do what. And you just came barreling on stage with some David Tell lookalike. I mean, it was just fucking insane.
Intimidating.
Yeah. I was looking straight at Bonnie, and she had that look like when Reagan got shot.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? Like that thing of like, is this really happening? Is my life over? You were insane. Great night all the way around. I'm not going to, you are who you are. There's no sense in trying to fucking change you. This is just you. We'll find a place for you.
We love you for it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But, you know, this is the Chris Stanley story. It happens every day. Every day he says it won't. Me and Chris and Gail get on the elevator with two ladies today. What did he do? You and I haven't talked about it, but what did he do?
We just had to look at each other because it was so uncomfortable to address it. You're telling a story, which, by the way, is a very mild story. I can't even remember what it was. Yes. It was like a nothing kind of story. I think we were talking about the trash train.
Yeah.
We're talking about, the money train. Have you ever seen the money train?
Oh, yeah.
And we're on the elevator with two very professional women, just
going to Morgan Stanley.
Yeah, going to work. They're talking business, and he's just like, "Yeah, I saw the fucking trash train. It was probably fucking 3:00 in the morning, and that shit came running through." And we're just looking at you like, "What the fuck are you doing, dude?"
That's what that look was for.
Yes, dude.
You were screaming obscenities in a very tiny space where there were only 5 of us.
There's only 5 of us. And you said that the trash train smells like old cunt.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus.
That was your exact words.
Now, how many times have we said to you your vulgarity with people who don't know us? It's one thing to do it on the show. People sign up for this. They know this is the deal.
They know what they're getting into. And listen, we'll throw those words around willy-nilly. We don't care. We accept that. But they don't.
Gooba gabba.
Yeah, you're one of us, bro.
Thank you.
But these women were just so they were confused.
No, they were freaked out.
They were freaked out because
I didn't see their faces or anything.
First of all, if you noticed, they were speaking in a whisper out of respect for being in a tiny space with strangers. So they're like, "Oh, that's right. Yeah, we should talk to Bob in accounting about that thing." And they're speaking like that, and you are screaming obscenities about the fucking trash train. And I saw that shit.
How many times have been pointed out, and you're like, "Oh, I won't do that again." And that's the same thing that you run on stage like Sweaty Tommy Boy last night, which no one fucking does. And Bonnie, did you hear when Bonnie fucking turned on me? Nice
she
bit,
did.
Ron.
She gave you a little jab.
I was fucking flawless all night. But I am responsible for Chris. I can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you have a kid who shits in the fucking punch bowl, it's the mom's fault.
Yeah,
okay?
It's the mom's fault.
So there's nothing I could do about it. I had to take my fucking knocks there. But how many times do you say, I'm not going to act crazy? And that's why I did not want you in that position. You do other things well. The drinking, the drugging,
Yeah. Cursing, whoring, all that.
Whatever. All right, a lot going on today. A TMZ report that's up on the iBank. Chris sent in. What exactly happened, Chris?
Okay, comedian Donnell Rawlins, who was on the Chappelle Show as a stand-up, he got caught on video in a fight at Little Pete's in Philly.
All right, Little Pete's is a classic, well-known, been there forever diner. One of those places that you go to and sometimes, like, the waitresses are hard on you because that's their thing.
Yeah, they're folksy types.
Yeah, because everyone's willing to put up with it to get that omelet.
Right.
It's a place that you go, for a show, after the bar is closed. It's a great place. All right, let's see what happened here. Oh, let me set it up. Here's exactly, as I'm looking at this. So he's in the place having some food. He decides, I'm going to have a cigarette now. Leaves his bag in the booth or whatever. And apparently he leaves to go. They think it's a dine and dash move.
Oh boy.
And they go running after him. And this is how it picks up.
Okay, comedian, get the out. Yo.
Jay!
Oh,
Holy
man.
shit.
Is that a cook that knocked him down?
Oh my God.
Cook just drops him.
Whoa!
Excuse me!
You just attacked 2 females in here.
You're not going to get anything until it comes. Hold on, I got you. Who do you think you are? He'll bring it out. Don't bring it out. Bring his bag out. No, he's not getting his bag until the cops come. I'm not taking this off of him. Coming into my face like that. All I asked you to do is pay your check. Who the hell do you think you are?
And you act like I don't give a about that
Hey, I give a about that check because it comes out of my pocket.
All right, let me take over here. Here's a couple of things that. First of all, I give him credit for feeling strong after he got knocked on his ass because that fucking cook laid him out. And by the way, this is why I love Delco proper because people down there think, "Oh, I'll just punch that dude."
Yeah, like let's attack with as little information needed. You know what I mean?
Well, see, that's why I could be a cooler head. Number one, there's a couple things to blame this on. And anyone who's ever, I don't know why we say if someone dines and dash, it comes out of the waitress's fucking thing.
It does.
And that's the worst.
It's horrible.
Thing that could fucking happen.
It's fucking horrible.
Now, here's the deal, too. When you're a service person, right? And I remember I did this when I was a bellman. I would always have in the back of my mind, did I make my hour? You know what I mean? Like, because you're getting paid like below minimum wage. You have a fucking thing that you think you should be paid every day. So you got to think, what do I got to do to get to that, to be on clock with that? So if I'm 2 hours in to a 6-hour shift and I was fucking below that, I'd be like fucking pissed off. So someone gave me a big tip and then like, okay, I'm even for where I need to be. I need one more decent fucking tip and I made my day.
Right.
So the waitresses worry about such things. 2, you gotta, he probably doesn't understand that dining and dash thing that people worry about that. And 3, none of these things would happen without the fucking smoking law. The gentleman would have sat there, had his cigarette, the check would have come up, he would have paid it, life would have went on. But we're forcing people to go outside. When you're in a bar in New York and 2 guys go out to have a smoke and they've got $150 fucking tab inside, it dawns on them, but why don't we just take off? There's fucking 3,500 bars in this town. So what if we never come back to this one? So you've set up a situation where people think to themselves that wouldn't be dining and dashing, hey, I'm outside
already.
I see a cab right there. If I just put my hand up, I saved $150.
So easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane that, I do think that the smoking ban is a big problem with it. I think that obviously has led to people going outside to have a cigarette during or after a meal before their check is up. But I would say since you know that is a thing, I mean, you have to know that waitresses are nervous about that kind of shit. You have to say, I am going outside. There is my bag. It is a good thing to point out, just so there's no panic. But then you're covering your bases there. Here I am. I'm going to be right outside. I'm going to have my cigarette. There's my bag.
Yeah.
That being said, nobody should be punched over.
Well, I don't know what was happening before. It looked like there was a scuffle before. Right. I don't know who threw the first punch. But the fucking cook just walked out.
Yeah.
And just threw a fucking, like, it looks like he threw the first punch there.
Jesus.
But that cook just easily knocks him on his ass.
Yeah.
He hits the fucking floor.
That's an arm on that guy. Like,
yeah, that's
insane.
The weird thing is, if you know anything about punching, he's not even throwing it from his hips.
Yeah, he just did. He jabbed him.
Straight. Yeah.
I
love that he's right back up and like, hey, I'm not taking any shit, and the waitress is not taking any shit.
No, you're not getting your bag back.
Now, here's the funny thing about the waitress, right? She's just a regular person living in Philly. Now she's on TMZ. You know what I mean? And seen by a lot of people as a racist, whether it's meant to be or not. You know?
Absolutely.
And I will tell you this. Philly is a city that mixes in certain places. You know what I mean? Like, there's black neighborhoods, there's Italian neighborhoods, there's Polish neighborhoods. But Little Pete's is a place where everyone mixes.
Sure. God, she is intense. So you think that's the waitress there?
Yeah, that's the waitress.
Yeah,
because she says, "I'm not fucking paying for it.
It comes out of my tips."
When I was waitressing, I had it happen to me, and the place I was working took it out of my pay, and it was a really bad night anyway. So I ended up going home, working a full day's work, and going home with like $15. Right. $16.
Yeah, because
on my way home, like, I'm pretty sure this should be illegal, no? Like, I just worked a full day and then
I don't know any other fucking thing because, like, if you work at a liquor store and someone grabs some bottles and runs out, it's not it doesn't come out. If you're working at a bodega and somebody grabs fucking Cracker Jacks and runs out, it ain't. A lot of people just go in there and grab quarts and run.
Oh, hell yeah.
Bodegas. There's bodegas with security. They're so fucking sure there's a problem.
And the reason that I did not have my eye on the guy when he left was because I was training another employee. It was a new girl who was working there. So I was doing something that, I was helping the restaurant in some way and got punished for it. It's terrible that they make servers do that. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. First of all, what you're saying is if you do see somebody, then run out and tackle that person. And
that's what she's doing. She's physically, and so are, the other people who work there, and including that cook that I want to make a movie about. Just a short order cook in Philly who ends up with a shot at the title. You think the director of Creed's going, wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. All right, another. By the way, it's because that there's not really a union for that, because nobody is going to sue to get their $150 back if you're a waitress somewhere. But it does seem to be incredibly wrong to blame the service person for that. And you are correct, when it's a waitress, and it's normally like four guys.
Yep.
Who, dine and dash. And when I was a kid, I did it. I fucking totally understand why people are like, I'm hungry, but I got no money. Let's just go out and eat. Now, let me tell you this. It's a big crime in places that are service motivated. You don't want to do that in Vegas, and you don't want to do that in Florida, because there's gigantic fucking laws to be broken there.
In Florida?
Yeah, Florida, because it's a service place.
That's
so
what their
fucking
whole
with your
economy.
Hotel room, you're in fucking trouble. Dining and dashing, you're in trouble, because there are people who are like, this is the whole reason that you don't pay taxes in Florida is because the tourists are going to get it somewhere in the ass. Whether, a hotel tax is crazy down there. The fines and shit like that. If you get in trouble down there from another state, they basically turn it into Midnight Express.
Oh shit!
Where you can't get out of the state anymore. All right, that's up there. Also, another video that has caused a lot of controversy, and this is the old dolphin hand job. So there's a video of a dolphin trainer apparently giving a handy to a dolphin. And he says, just play it for a couple seconds.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Why?
There you go, buddy.
He says it's good for the dolphin.
Sure it is.
Because I guess
But here's the thing. Is it also good for the trainer? That's what I want to know.
First of all, Chris, good line. Gail, good tag. And then we'll move on. I guess there's no female dolphins. Now, Gail, do you remember my friend Jamie years ago?
Yeah.
So we're out to dinner or something, and his wife brings up that they've got this cat, right? And the cat was in heat, and Jamie pleased it with a cat toy because the cat was going crazy.
Sure,
right?
yeah.
Now, there was like a few couples out, and they are both telling this story and giggling, and then everyone else, forks were dropping. Everybody was appalled.
This is a female cat?
Yeah. He didn't jerk off a male cat, doesn't get any heat. But they said it was scratching up the house, blah, blah, blah. Once he had kitten pleased it.
Nice. Oh, God.
Now, apparently, PETA is not happy about stuff like that.
But you're helping the cat out.
Yeah, but we have actual laws that you can't fuck a goat, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure you can make the thing that the goat loved it.
Sure. But they're not able to make a decision on such things.
Look, it's laying on its back.
This fucking dolphin wants it.
It's not
Oh, God.
swimming away.
It's such a weird penis, too. It's like a really weird penis.
Is that called a dork, or is that a whale's?
That's a whale's dick.
A whale's dick is a dork.
Yeah.
And dolphins, I thought they had sex for pleasure. Like they're the only other than us, other than humans.
I think some monkeys do as well.
Well, first of all, what's your point on that?
Then the dolphins should be banging the female dolphins.
Well, I think the point of this
you don't always want baby dolphins.
Yeah,
it's living in a pool.
It's supposed to. The trainer is saying this is to relieve stress, and it's also to curb them from mating with other dolphins in the tank because we don't want 1 billion dolphins in here.
This guy must be jerking dolphins off all day then.
What's that?
Oh,
he looks too comfortable with it.
Well,
I like the way the dolphin pops up to say thank you. He looks at him like
cuddle time. But no, if you look, and this is kind of disgusting, it's also getting a treat after it gets jerked off.
Oh yes.
No, that makes it weirder for some reason.
Which is the same as Chris Stanley's.
Because you know what? There's your answer. That it had to be trained to say, roll over on your belly while I jerk you off, and then you get a treat. The HJ is not the treat.
Yeah, that's a good point.
This dolphin is a great life.
You wish you had that life.
Jerked off and fed all day long.
That's him in the tub back in his house. And then the only thing that would be perfect is if the dolphin suddenly ran on stage.
Oh, Jesus. Get that dolphin off there.
Or started cursing in a fucking elevator. You're sick, dude.
You're
sick.
The elevator. The words just come out of me.
Dude,
I didn't even realize I cursed.
Dude, you will never be a scope brother.
No, you're never going to be a scope brother.
I'm a scope bro.
Brother.
It's brother. That's the full.
Scope bro. Hashtag scope bro.
I heard a lot of people are calling it scope brother now, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a scope bro.
Check it out now.
He's a scope brother.
Check it
out now.
By the way, Queen Elizabeth points this out in Philly. The dining car. If you go there after 11 o'clock, they make you pay for your food before it gets to your table.
Because you want to jump off the
train? Nick in San Diego.
Hey, buddies. I know you said Peter wouldn't be too happy about it, Ronnie, but they'd rather just cut their fucking nuts off, or, like, what's really worse? Like, helping it get a nut off? Or
well, maybe maybe we just shouldn't have dolphins in tanks. But they need to be constantly jerked off.
I was at the zoo a couple weeks ago, and they were training a new cheetah or cougar, and there was this little kid running along the fence. So the cheetah's like stalking it, ran, jumped at it. Obviously it didn't hit it, but there's a zookeeper walking around. He's like, yeah, we're still working on that, trying to get him assimilated. We have a dog. It's like a dog to help him, adjust. It's like, what, to help him stop doing cheetah things? Like, it's fucking normal. Like, yeah, what is he supposed to do?
It really, but, here is a point of that, too. Think of, like, we brought up fucking a goat. Obviously, it's against any law that we have, right? But you could kill that goat, skin it, gut it, eat it, and that's fine. Now, if you were a goat, you'd rather get fucked by a hillbilly or eaten by a hillbilly. This is fucking crazy. If I was a goat and I was like being pulled into the slaughterhouse, I'd be locked in all four hooves and I'd be like, just fuck me! Fuck me instead! You don't have to do this! You don't have to do this! I'm available to be fucked! Fuck all you guys! But that's the weirdness of us. There's some things that we find socially acceptable, like eating an animal. You could realize that you could be raised by, vegan parents, and then you find out that people actually eat animals and you would be freaked out. We're not freaked out. If anybody eats almost anything, but fucking anything, we're like, what are you, nuts?
Freak show. You're called a freak show.
Even the fact that we consume the milk of mammals is pretty strange. Even that, aside from
No, even weirder, we're uncomfortable when someone consumes the milk of a human.
Yeah.
Like there's a bit in any movie where a guy goes and puts like milk in his coffee and he's like, oh, that's the mother's milk, and he spits it out. He's so fucking, oh my God. But sucking on a cow's tit is perfectly acceptable.
Delicious. Nice and clean and delicious. Why?
Oh, it's from a cow. It's perfectly good for humans. I mean, it's insane. It's insane. Somebody said a thing into the iBang the other day. It was from a basketball game, and a woman was breastfeeding, and it caught, and everyone was like, how could this? What is wrong with her?
Yeah.
No, she has her baby at a game.
And that's how it eats.
No. So. But if you were drinking an animal's milk, give animal's milk to that baby.
That's normal.
Yeah. Animal's milk. Best thing for it.
Not disgusting mother's milk. From a human breast.
Yeah. Well, that's us. That's the human beings are so fucking crazy.
And we're weird.
Well, Chris is into mother's milk because he lives in that Mad Max fucking world where they just have this fat women that they're milking constantly.
All the time. When I saw that part, I was like, this is the movie for me.
Yeah.
I actually said this is no weirder than anything else in this fucking hardcore Henry wannabe movie.
You saw that and immediately sprayed silver spray paint into your mouth and tried to do a suicide mission.
Screen witness me. Well, I was huffing anyway during the movie.
Yeah, your own armpits. Remember we caught you doing it the other day?
Oh, yeah, right next to me.
Yeah.
We were sitting on the couch right next to each other.
Yeah, I know.
And then you dramatically stuck your arm up in the air and smelled your pit right next to me. You know,
yeah,
I'm a woman.
I know, you're a lady.
I'm a lady. You clearly don't see me that way.
All right, I just saw this on Twitter. Buddy McFarlane tweeted this. It was the greatest night of my life. Thank you. And that's from somebody who had a night where she got married and another night where she had a child.
Aww.
And still thought that the Unmasked was the greatest night of her life.
That's so sweet.
By the way, she couldn't have been more funny.
She was hysterical.
Yeah. And then Voss was hilarious. You know what the funniest thing with Voss still is when he fell from my thing of, what are you doing up here? He like legitimately. I know,
he's like, I thought that's what you said.
It's obviously what I said, Rich. Obviously. God, that was so much fun. So many great people. I could not believe this. I haven't seen her in years. Solera was there.
Yeah.
That night, who you haven't seen since you were a little girl.
Yeah, that was so long since I have seen her.
She looks fantastic still. We always called her the greatest ass in the business. Still showcasing it best she possibly can. Yeah, it was a great night all the way around. Really, really fun. Great job, guys. All you guys from a producing point of view. Even with
Chris?
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it in its own special way. It was so ridiculous.
Everybody was just dying about what a great job you did.
Please, I don't need anything.
It was fantastic. And everyone, I like when people come up to me like, do you know that your dad is the best interviewer? No, thank you. Are you aware?
Well, when you have a great...
the genius.
No, when you have a great subject like that, and her book is just so fantastic. So great.
The stories that you guys went through were so funny, and
did not even plan on doing that in that fashion. But it just fell into that kind of groove that it seems so natural, right? Just to start to go. But there are stories I never got to that, it's one of those things where you kick yourself. You don't have enough time, There's so many great pieces in that thing. And her memoir just flows.
Yeah.
It flows. Bourdain did the foreword to it. And he's just basically saying, it's one of the greatest things that he's ever read, and he's a guy who's written at least one great one.
Yeah.
It was just a fun night all the way around.
So much fun.
It was one of those times that you're like, like a great New York City night, and it isn't always great to live in New York City, but when it's great, it's really fucking great.
And it reminds you why you deal with all the shit. That makes it really difficult. The
elevator cursors, the
money trains, the trash trains.
Didn't even know I dropped the C-bomb in there.
Yeah, you did. Really loudly.
Hey, David.
Hey, guys. How are you today?
What's up?
Well, it's funny about this conversation that you're having because my friends and I were talking about this several weeks ago because someone had a baby and then they're breastfeeding at the table while trying to play poker, and everybody was like, oh, my God, can she just leave? And I'm like, it's a freaking breast. That's what a breast is for. It's not meant to be sexual. It's actually meant to feed. But so one of the guys at the table turned around and goes, hey, I got to ask you a question. Would you eat an egg from a dog's vagina? And I'm like, well, first, that doesn't happen. But he said, but if it did, would you? And I go, no, it's gross. He goes, yeah, because you've been trained that way. Then why would you eat an egg from a chicken's vagina?
Well, because it's literally food. Like we try, like a duck egg is not. We tried ostrich egg. Anything was an egg, we try. A duck egg is much thicker. There's no way that you could eat it every day.
Yeah, it's very dense.
And it's also protein. I mean, you had to, think of those original cave people who just went around and bit everything until finally, this one.
They're just going, good.
Yeah.
No good. Good.
Yeah. Well, you just wait. You just say no good and you throw it. Did you try burning it? Maybe if we burned it or mashed it.
Crack it open first and see if there's anything good on the inside of it.
Mash it and throw some yeast into it. Maybe we're on to something if we do. Because I never understand it. Like, I can understand most things. I understand how you eat a fish, a deer.
Sure.
Eat a potato. I get. How you make bread?
No, that's weird. It's bizarre that it...
And it happened all over the world.
All over the place, people had the same idea, and it was done in different fashions, but it was the same concept. all over the place.
Right.
Breads, pastas, like noodles and things. How were we able to even come up with that idea?
I don't know.
Who would even think?
They say the Chinese came up with the noodles, but I don't know.
But why? And why didn't they come up with a good bread then?
Propaganda.
I can't stand anyone who doesn't have a good bread. The fact that the Vietnamese can have a great bread goes to show you're fucking lazy down there in Texas.
Yeah. But that might be, there was like some French influence, I think.
Oh, it was 100% French.
Yeah.
The French were fighting with them, and they're like, look, sorry we captured you, but I want you to have this baguette. The fucking guy was like, what? What the fuck is this? This is so delicious. I think the best bread in New York City is the Vietnamese bread.
Yeah, there's, I have a place too in Brooklyn where the banh mi, the bread is so phenomenal, and I was thinking, I don't even know if there's like an Italian place that has bread as good as this banh mi.
But why don't the banh mi people just fucking sell their bread?
I don't know.
Because I'd like to have it myself every time. I don't always want that sandwich, but I would love to have that bread. Have it with a little chili. That's what I'm trying to explain to the Vietnamese. I mean, you're fucking a hell of a goddamn fighter. We know that. The man in the black pajamas. We give you all the credit in the world. But that's over. Let's break bread. Let's go over here. Oh, it's our buddy G-Man. G-Man.
Hi, Bonnet.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, man, I just wanted to know who won the over-under on how long it took before Rich Voss made it about himself last night.
Well, Rich, he did give Bonnie a CD to say, plug this CD.
So that kind of counts.
But he was enjoying the night, being Bonnie's night, and he was very, very well behaved. And then he jumped on stage, and as always, is one of the funniest people you've ever seen in your life. Certainly one of the quickest people.
He's so damn funny.
Yeah. And people always like, how did he get Bonnie? And I'm like, you see his crowd work. There's no woman that would not be attracted to that kind of crowd work.
No one could deny that.
Yeah.
No one.
That's alpha. That's straight alpha.
Alpha AF.
Stop the AF thing. I hate it.
Why?
Because it's everywhere now. Now every statement has an AF after it. Everything's as fuck. And I'm getting people are freaked out when I drop an F-bomb on a goddamn elevator car.
Maybe you should have said AF instead.
It's the same thing.
You should have said the money train is crazy AF.
First of all, you say people get freaked out. It was just us. And how many times have we pointed out your elevator stuff, and it's not just us. Everyone says it.
Every time if we're on the elevator, not by ourselves.
You don't care how crowded it is?
No, he doesn't. I mean, he's unaware.
No, sometimes when he does it, I laugh. Sometimes I just do turn my head. Sometimes I just glare at him. Nothing works. He's going to do it again the next time.
Just know that it's going to happen.
Yeah. I was in this room before, and I'm not going to bring out the people, but ladies were here, and Chris started looking at porn.
What?
Yes.
Oh, no. Chris!
And then...
Why would you do that?
Taking the mouse, right, and making the arrow pointing at the vagina. And it's the fact. I'm not making that up. Am I?
No, it's 100% true.
Now, did you do it to be funny, or...
I believe I was doing it to be funny.
And
There were ladies present.
Yeah, there were women, yeah.
One of them was your mother.
Oh, Chris. My mother?
I don't think, that's it's just, these things just happen.
Why would you brag about that? Why would you brag about being non-thinking?
I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with me.
All right, this just flashed in his career. Trump predicts riots if denied bid at convention.
Yeah.
Predicts or requesting?
Well, that's what they talk about every day. They can't stop him.
You say he's not going to lead the riots, but he can't stop them if they start happening.
Is it Bill Kristol? Is that the guy? He's the writer, and he's run the Republican think tanks for years.
Yeah.
And this is a guy who's been around at least since the Reagan years. And I saw him today on Morning Jay. And he is saying he goes, a lot of us are talking about a third party candidate, and we think we could get that And the only reason to run a third-party candidate would be to give the election to Hillary. There would be no, you can't hope to win on a third party this late in it. I mean, a third party needs to be built for years. But I think that a lot of the Republicans are terrified of Trump being the head of the Republican Party, because you basically are once you become president.
But that would certainly divide the right's vote.
Well, all you would need is a few percentage points.
Right.
You know, if you look at any of these states and a few percentage point, there's, and you never see this. Look who's on TV, Al Franken.
Oh, Al.
Al's, because they put up somebody for Supreme Court who, you would think, you would thought that Obama would have tried to burn a couple, like far left people, so you make them fight it, and by the third time, you start to look crazy if you're stopping everyone. But this guy, Orrin Hatch, actually likes, so I know nothing about Judge Merrick Garland, but apparently he's somewhat of a moderate. So I don't know why it's up for Obama to be like, I gotta get this dude in or whatever.
Yeah.
It's why people hate to vote for the right or the left, because your president always lets you down.
Yeah, and then I think everyone feels like they always appeal to the other side, because certainly in the last few years, we've always leaned towards very moderate candidates who pretend to be
right or left.
Left.
Because the guy that, I can't think of his name right now, that Bush put up, actually wears a T-shirt when he's riding a bike, woman's right to choose. Now, Bush put him in there,
Right.
It's the one thing that the right wants out of their president. Please stop abortion. And they never do.
No, they never do.
And then the left might vote for somebody for gun, control. And the president's like, we're going to take the guns off the streets. And they never do. Nope. And we keep fighting about these couple of things on the outsides, but the fucking presidents don't care. Well, until you get to Donald Trump. And then he is the Chris Stanley candidate of bragging about not thinking and reacting. That's his thing.
Right.
He's got my vote.
He doesn't need to think.
Look,
he's got people to do that for him.
You know what's always funny too with these things, that now that Rubio is gone, you're like, oh, poor Rubio. I saw him with his kids last night.
You do feel kind of bad.
Man, he worked so hard. He got nothing.
It always does feel kind of bad when somebody has to bow out. You're like, they did try.
Yeah.
They did try, and they did want it.
He lied up to the last second. He said, win, lose, or draw, I'll be in Utah. And then he's like, I'm not fucking going anywhere. I got beat by 19 points. My home fucking state.
Yeah. You have no chance.
Yeah.
If you don't have them on your side.
He says he's going back not to vote in the Senate. He goes, if you think I didn't vote before, what do you see now? You get nothing out of me. This is just a job to me now.
Oh, little Rubio.
Little Marco.
Papa Rubio. Boy, he got thumped down there, too. But Kasich was the cock of the walk last night.
Yeah, because Trump would have had the sweep if not for...
Everybody that voted for Kasich talks and looks just like him. You know what I mean? Like, I totally get that he's your neighborhood guy and you back him up. But I'm watching the Morning Joes and there's some idiot going like, hey, if he can keep this going. He only got 5 points in Florida last night. 1 point he wins big. The other state he gets 5 points. I don't think Trump has ever been lower than second anywhere.
No, I don't.
Like if he doesn't win it, he finishes second. And yet people will tell you he's not a majority candidate.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of their biggest things they kept bringing up over the last couple of weeks is that he couldn't win against Hillary. Then what he's saying is if you look at the numbers and who can? If I can't, then no one can.
Yeah.
So forget it.
Yeah, he's right about that too. And look, here's the thing. If you look at anyone else, like if the Clinton brothers got together and they're very, very good at what they do because they've been doing it their entire life. They know how to run against Kasich.
Right.
They know how to run against Cruz. No one knows how to run against Trump because it doesn't make any sense.
Because you can't respond to them. I think it was even Bernie Sanders, either last night or a few nights ago, was being interviewed, and he said you can't use the same strategy because you can't fact check him because he doesn't present facts. Anytime somebody asks him what is the facts, he's just like, don't worry about it, or I got it figured out, I got it under control, you're going to be very happy with what I do. And so he's like, there's no way to say, well, that's not true because, and that's normally how they know how to debate each other.
Well, this is the thing that Megyn Kelly was bringing us up the other night, and it was fucking hysterical. And she's like, remember doing that one debate where she brings up that his thing got a D-, right? And he brought up another, Trump University got a D- by the Better Business Bureau or whatever. He whips out another paper. This proves that we got an A, and he's yelling at her, right? So he gives it to her during the thing. He wants her to announce it. She's like, I don't know what this paper is. It does say your name, and it does say A. But I can't go on the news and just say that. He's furious with her, right? So she's on her show, and this is, this is Fox News, who is very pro the right. And they said that this thing was after the Trump University got in trouble, he rebooted it under another name, and you kind of immediately start with an A. So he gave her basically a different business, but it's exactly the same business that got rebooted, that got with an A, and she wants to say, ladies and gentlemen, I just was handed this paper. She's like, this is not a movie in a courtroom where you just hand someone a paper and they go, not only is he not guilty, he's the greatest man in town.
And then the crowd just goes crazy.
But
we know it.
A friend of mine wrote to me last night and said, does this mean that Fox News never really had the power that we thought they had?
Right.
I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, maybe the only time is they don't have the power with this guy.
They certainly lost the power if they had it, because I think that whatever, what they're pushing when they're giving opposition to Trump, it doesn't seem like it's getting through to the people it was getting through to before.
I know my parents believed Fox News with everything until it got to Trump.
Yeah.
Now they find themselves going over to CNN when they get mad at, because this thing runs like they were running the election out of their house.
Right.
That's how much election coverage is, and that's why Bernie Sanders, for all the kids love him. The kids. Fucking somebody shows up with a hacky sack and they forget to vote. You know what I mean? Someone has some edibles and they don't go, and the old people always go.
Yep.
They go as if there was a gun to them head. But here's the thing that no one predicted Trump, because it would be interesting to go back and watch, like when Trump said that he was running. Because here in New York City, for years, Trump would be like, I think I might run for mayor. And everybody would write about it. I'm not going to run for mayor. I might run for senator. Not going to do it. Might run for governor. Might run for president. This one on. Trump and Alec Baldwin constantly act like they're going to jump in. So no one believed that Trump was jumping in. And then when he did, everybody laughed and said, this is impossible.
Yeah.
I remember the day that he went on, we were all excited. We played the Trump songs. We had a ball because he finally, pulled the cord. But I don't think any of us thought this was going to be more than a fun summer thing. Trump running. Oh, look, it's so silly to see him up there.
I'm sure that most people felt that way. I know I did. I was this is crazy, but him. It's going to be a gimmick. He's going to run it for a while, and then he's going to duck out.
I can't believe the energy that the guy has. I mean, it's every day. And when you've got billions of dollars, you're like, I golf, I lay next to the pool,
Yeah.
I do coke off women's tits. I mean, life is great.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Why would you want to be on that constant thing of fighting every day? And he does. He fights people every day.
It looks exhausting. Across the board.
People get mad, like the other guys were like, but he eats up all the news and the media feeds into it. But they've only said bad things about him. You know what I mean? Like, they put his name out there. They don't say a single good thing about him. He was on last night and said they put $40 million of bad stuff against him in Florida. In Florida. They just fucking ripped him. I have friends in Florida. They said, man, you got to watch these things. They're hilarious. They said they're on constantly. His fucking numbers went up. As people attacked him, there's the newest one of just stuff that he has said about women, right? Just fucking, bitch, whore, she likes it, she should fucking get on her knee. All kinds of shit. Numbers went up. Anyone else would be destroyed.
I honestly think that the one debate that they did a few weeks ago where Cruz and Rubio were really at him, I think the people who were on the fence leaned towards him in that moment after that. I really do. I think that people saw them behaving in a way that was similar to the way that he behaves normally, and it made them like him even more.
Well, here's the deal. Not everyone can get away with saying shit. That's what Rubio didn't understand.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at the Beatles, John could say anything. Mm-hmm. Paul would say one thing, and the world would be mad at Paul. To this day, if he gives even like the slightest, like John could be mean, everyone's angry with Paul.
Right.
Keith can say whatever the fuck he wants. Mick can't. Is it fair? Nothing's fucking fair. You get benefits to you. Some people can get away with saying shit, and some people can stop the room and have everyone turn it.
What do you mean by that?
Dare you? And that's what I think happened with Rubio. Although, to be honest about it, did Rubio ever rebound from that Chris Christie punch in the nose where he pointed out that he was just a little fucking puppet?
Yeah.
I mean, that fucking Rubio went out last night talking about how his dad was a bartender and his mom was a maid. What the fuck? Those are two jobs, by the way. You know what I mean? Are you acting like that they didn't do enough? What the fuck are you saying with that story?
It's very weird, and he goes back to it a lot.
A lot? Constantly?
Yeah.
I've never heard anything in this election other than the fact that his dad was a bartender and his mom was a maid.
I came from shit, and now I'm good.
You're basically...
That's what it does feel like.
But those are both jobs. There's nothing fucking wrong. My father was a toll booth operator. My mom used to give dolphin handies. Hi, I'm Marco Rubio. What the fuck are you saying? There's nothing freakish about what your parents did.
It's just it's a gimmick. They go with something where they think this is going to be my identity and this is going to make me relatable. And I don't think Rubio ever had a way to connect with anyone.
All right, Hasp tweeted this in. He says that every society has developed some form of dumpling.
Interesting. Is that true?
I don't know. I'm not a dumpling fan to begin with.
I can only think of two, Chinese and Polish, right? I mean, that's it.
Well,
there's chicken and dumplings. That's like an American thing.
Okay.
Yeah, there's got to be a few other like white countries that use like a doughy dumpling thing. All of the Asian cultures have them.
Then Chris feels bad.
I forgot about the white man dumpling.
Are you a dumpling guy?
As a child, I like dumplings, but I don't get them now.
I love a dumpling. I don't know what you guys are on about.
No, I've never liked a dumpling.
Oh, I love a dumpling. A soupy dumpling?
Yeah.
Maybe the best.
Disgusting.
The soup is inside the dumpling. It's like a tiny bowl of soup.
All right,
it's
well,
a thing.
these, all right, I'm talking about the big, what do you call it, dumplings? Now these.
The fried kind of.
Yeah, I'll eat those, like the Chinese kind. What's the next one called?
Kinkali? Kinkali is what that's called.
I'll eat that.
Yep.
That's char siu bao.
Okay, that looks great.
All right, I like more dumplings I talk about.
Dumpling.
I'm actually talking about the big, disgusting chicken and dumplings soaked like you like.
Oh, I like that too.
That's horrific.
There's not a type of dumpling that I think I'm against. But Google soupy dumpling, because this is actually, the dumpling contains a tiny little mouthful of soup. So you can slurp the soup out of the dumpling. What do you mean, this guy?
This is insane.
It's like a bread bowl. It's a dumpling bowl.
It's a dumpling bowl.
I'm the biggest fan of a bread. Oh, all right.
So inside is like a mouthful of soup there. and you like just bite it open, slurp the soup out. It's so good. And then it fits in one of those, like those big dumpling spoons.
That's too much work for me right there.
Seems like it'd be messy.
It's good though.
That bothers you, does it, Chris?
It does.
I'm surprised.
Because
I'm a neat person.
I'm a neat freak.
We could do a TV game show. Guess what Chris ate last night? Just him walking out in his T-shirt.
Who's got me?
All right. The other, I forget what it was, but you had stains on your shirt. So I took my cigar and I rubbed it on your shirt a couple times. And, everyone's like, that's so mean. He wore that fucking T-shirt another 3 days. So how am I the bad guy?
It's still a good shirt. I mean, it wasn't was just a little burned.
Imagine how, it wasn't burned at all. I just rubbed ash on it. But imagine, you're saying it's a good shirt. Imagine how more good it would be if you threw it in the fucking washing machine.
It's weird. Why would I do that?
Do you do your own laundry or you just throw out shirts eventually?
I shop at like a discount store for most of my clothing, and it's cheaper because it's it's irregular is what it's called. That's what they say. This is slightly irregular.
No, you're slightly irregular.
So I get packs of look, this is a great T-shirt, that white T-shirt. I just get packs of them for fucking $6. 4 T-shirts. You can't beat that shit.
Dan in Detroit.
Hey, what about gnocchis?
It's a dumpling.
Oh,
shit. It is? All right, you know what? Gail handed me my ass on this dumpling thing. Pretty good prize closet for her. Yeah. You're going to get nice.
It's the pretty good prize. It's the pretty good prize closet. We have pretty good prizes. It's the pretty good prize. It's the pretty good prize closet. We have good prizes.
Dan in Detroit. He wins.
Dan in Detroit. I gave it to Gail.
Oh, Gail!
No. That's all right. Give it back to Dan now.
I give it to Dan.
Yeah.
I pay it forward to Dan.
Well, he hung up now because he didn't know how the bit worked. I was thinking, you haven't written a good song in a while either. That's a pretty good song that you wrote.
Yeah.
But you've been lax, my friend.
I would love to see you get back in there.
Put together. Good one.
All right, Dan in Detroit, you're the big winner. We got you back on. What's he win?
He wants the signed book, Meat, signed by Pat LaFrida.
Ooh.
Shit. Actually, a great fucking book.
That's awesome.
Anything
that you want to know about Meat.
That's a phenomenal book, considering I'm a chef.
Oh!
Hey, I'm so
Dan,
glad I gave you my prize.
So how is how's Pat LaFrida's the best butcher in the whole world? How did that work out?
It's a matter of opinion, I guess.
No, it really isn't, because it gets said everywhere. There's not a big restaurant in the East Coast that doesn't use his meat. Now, he came in and did the show, and I was talking to him, and I'm like, you're like the, considered the best butcher. And he's like, people call me a celebrity butcher, and I'm just like, I don't know, why don't you get up with me 3:30 in the morning, go into a freezer and watch me cut meat and feel like there's a celebrity. But he's got that place up at you can get those sandwiches at Mets games now.
Pat LaFrida. Got the Pat LaFrida steak sandwiches in 3 different levels at Citi Field. I get them most games I go to.
People stand in line for them.
I went to Citi Field for the first time in the last season. Mm-hmm. It's really nice. It is really nice. It was really good food. It's like a great layout.
But that's because it's a brand new stadium and everyone loves it for that. Have you been down to Philly to that?
Yeah.
Very similar.
Yeah.
And they have great food from around there. But did you guys see what the Redskins won as their new stadium?
No.
It's up on the iBang. This can't possibly happen, but the design is there's a moat around the stadium.
What?
Yeah.
Yes. A moat that they hope to even have water sports happening
What
in.
the fuck?
So when they set up the model and the illustrations of what they would like it to look like, they had windsurfers and kayakers. They had people laying out, and it's just surrounding the stadium.
How about a defense? That's
not the important thing anymore, dude. That is not the important thing. What you were saying is logic.
What the fuck? Dan Snyder's this fucking crazy person.
It's well known. But the weird thing about it, when you used to go down to the old RFK Stadium, which people, I guess, thought was shitty, and everybody in the place would pound their feet, right? And the whole stadium would shake. That was an intimidating place to go and play.
Fuck yeah.
The place that they play now, rich people come in late, leave early, and it shows with the team. This looks like it's a ridiculous idea from the future. We can't stop building stadiums. But they gave away their home field advantage, you know? Back when they had the Hogs and all that, that stadium was nuts. You didn't want to play there. You were like, those people, they're right on the field. They're kicking, they're screaming,
they're crazy.
They're spitting. There's nothing we can do about it. Did you guys see that thing where Drake was intimidating a guy? Drake was just standing next to him and fucking bringing up shit. The guy ended up throwing the ball away. And they're like, does Drake have a right to do this? I'm like, that's what a fan does. If Drake wants to be an asshole, look, he's just talking in his ear.
Fucking talking smack.
Fucking Drake.
And apparently he was saying stuff like, dude, there's no more timeouts left.
No,
you gotta make this.
You're a fucking child star. You're wheelchair Jimmy. You're not fucking Drake, you fucking asshole.
What is your anti-Drake thing?
I don't like Drake because no one ever brings up that he's a child star for 12
People do bring it up.
Everyone knows it. I don't even know his music, and I know it.
I don't like Drake.
Can I just say one thing? He has to call me on your cell phone. Late night when you need my love. Even when I have a thing. All right, you know how like we say, I hate like how Jimmy Fallon brings a band out that you like and then he sings with it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or Steve Corbett will do the same thing.
Anything.
Steve Corbett will sing along with it. Last night I'm watching a show with the Pie Tasters. Mm-hmm. They do about 5 numbers. And Eastside Dave is singing and screaming at everyone.
What?
And at one point, instead of even singing, he just had his hands in the air going, yeah, yes, yes, yes. I go, could we at least get one Pie Taster song?
He needs to be part of it.
And his pills are sitting there in front of him.
Oh, God.
He's loving those pills.
And liquor, though.
Yeah.
Did you talk to him?
He was texting me the other night, all fucked up.
It's not funny.
And I was telling him, don't mix. I said, and then I called, don't do that. I'm sober right now. I could give you that fucking advice.
And
he said, I likes it. I believe this is words.
You understand the art of storytelling, right?
Yes.
That it just doesn't come one tugged out tooth at a time. It's an amusing story that you have. Anyway, we like Dave so much. He was texting me and he said, "Can you get me off of the no-fly list? It's serious." Like, have you seen your periscopes?
But I delete them.
Could you do it though?
I don't want a cell phone ring. I'm going to work on you on storytelling because you've got good stories. You know. Yeah. Were you worried because you cursed too much? Why are you just texting instead?
I'm not. I'm trying to look for the actual. I remember the actual text
Look
message.
who it is. This is our buddy Hard Rock Johnny.
Jenny.
Bennington's.
Hey.
Stanley, I'm working on that thing you called me about. Left me a message.
All right, good.
We're gonna get that Earl to do something.
Oh, he's got to. Did you talk to him?
Not yet. I haven't seen him yet, but I'm gonna have to force him into this because
put it over the threat of firing.
Well, I mean, I did I did Earl a solid, and I got him here when he needed something, so he's gonna have to return a favor at some point, right?
Without saying. I mean, certainly you put your career on the line.
Actually worked out okay. People love Earl. What am I gonna say?
We always loved him too, but we had work for him to do.
Yeah, we didn't at first, but now we do.
What's he do?
He manages vibes.
How is that a job?
I don't know. Same way he had. Think about some of the jobs he had at that NEW.
Oh, believe me. I know.
How were those jobs?
Believe me, I've called people over town to see if I could get him back in radio, and they said, "Are you fucking kidding me?" He got lined up to do a podcast, and he was so annoying.
Really? What did he do?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. He pitched something to a president at XM. This is before we all came together. A guy who's now running Oprah's empire. This is how big up he is. So Earl pitches him a an idea for a channel. He goes, we'll put something together, Earl, and I'll give it a listen. Earl just gave him a list of songs that he could listen to. There was no imaging, no setup, no how it would run.
It was a mixtape?
Yeah.
He gave him a mixtape.
Listen to these songs, and we could put them on a radio.
Now, another time, we all went out to dinner with this gentleman, and, we were all talking, blah, 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 and it turned to Earl, like, Earl, what's happening with your end? What's going on with the show? And Earl started to mumble, went to his right, and then just fainted at the table. It was the best thing ever. And I go, that's what Earl does for us. And we love it.
Febreze the fainting goat. Poor Earl.
We might be calling you about something else, too.
I'm ready.
If this one could work out. I don't even know if I have your text, do I?
I don't think so.
All right.
I can link you guys up. It's not a problem.
Yeah, link us up.
All right,
link us up.
You got the link?
Should I put us on a group text?
Yeah.
Link it.
Oh, put me on, please.
Put Gail on. She loves any group text.
Okay, group text.
Oh, I love group text.
Well, the thing is, Gail's always trying to top somebody's line.
I like to top a line, and then, I also like to speak exclusively in emojis, so it's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
I like that.
I won't be with you too much. I'll look at the first couple and then just put my phone down.
I'm big on the Bitmojis as opposed to the emojis now.
Oh,
what's that about?
Oh, you'll see. You'll see once you get into this. Once you get into this group text, you'll see.
All right, we're all group texting right now.
Yay!
Hey, go to Instagram for Donald Trump. Apparently, there's a new ad out. Johnny, you loving your governor right now?
Oh, that fuck. Yesterday he was with him again in Ohio, down in Florida, wasn't he? Or
he's with him everywhere.
He was in Ohio. He's like his Robin to the Batman. It's crazy.
Yeah. Down in Florida, he was basically just handing them cool drinks. Here you go. You
Can I wipe your brow?
boss.
You need anything? What the fuck is the deal?
This guy.
The insane thing with Trump is he's spent almost no money on advertising. He spent about $10 million, and I think they estimated that he's gotten $2 billion worth of free earned media just from everyone else talking about him constantly.
Yet, all bad stuff. So what you're basically saying, there's $2 billion of anti-Trump conversation that is going on. There's never been one guy in the news going, I really think Trump could do a great job. At best, they'll badmouth him, have him on, let him say his thing, hang up, and then go back to badmouthing him.
Maybe they'll laugh at him, and not just badmouth him, but just treat him like a joke.
But not to his face.
Yeah.
They don't push him, nor do they mock him. All right, let's check out this ad that's supposed to be amazing.
Oh my God.
Well, retweet that, please. I don't even understand it. But I never understand most commercials.
That's insane.
Now, that can't be an official.
Is that his official
This
Instagram?
is real Donald Trump, and it's verified.
All right, but that doesn't mean that he made it. He'll retweet. Go to the one next to him where he's talking. This is him in Florida.
You've got to get out and vote. Because if we don't win, we've all wasted a lot of time. So get out and vote. We will make America great again. I promise. You've got to get out and vote.
That's not so bad.
Normal.
Yeah.
I mean, that fucking was just memes. It was just fucking Putin.
I know.
I like the picture where he's got, please, Mr. Trump, make America great again. Signed Pete Rose on a baseball. That's awesome. That's his endorsement.
Now, Pete Rose had to say, hey, that's not an endorsement because he's from Ohio and everybody in Ohio was mad at him.
Oh my God.
Shit.
So he needed to wait until Kasich gets fucking knocked out.
I like that Kasich.
Is that your guy?
No, if I had to choose between him and Donald Trump, I guess so, but
well, you
I don't have to.
Yeah, this is what the whole thing.
No, I'm on the other side of that thing. I'll choose between Bernie and Hillary at some point.
Kasich to me just reminds me of every guy I've ever known from Ohio. You know what I mean?
So vanilla, like he's just
he's the mayor of every small town you've ever been to.
No, I don't know if that's that bad.
All right, buddy. See you in the group text.
This group text is popping off right now.
Yeah, it's a place to be.
There's a lot of emojis already. This is a meme.
It's a lot of fun.
I feel like my thing isn't even. Why am I still at red after I've been on here all day?
I don't know. You know what? Let me. No, let me get the a better charger. My charger.
Who just wrote "Hi, mofo"?
That was Johnny.
That was Johnny.
This is his special emojis that he said he's very excited about.
It's an Afro emojis. It's not that good. You get to make.
It's pretty good. I mean, the mofo, and it kind of.
You get to make an avatar of yourself.
Yeah, it looks like him.
All right, I'm doing my first text to our group text, and please, everyone, be advised.
Okay.
All right.
So this charger blows.
Yeah, let me grab mine. You guys just.
We got lots of chargers. I'm just gonna group text amongst ourselves.
How come my group text didn't arrive to you guys?
Oh, I just got it. Oh,
why would it take so long for you to get it? I'm a foot away from you.
Group texts take longer to come out to get sent. I quit group text. Don't.
No.
You just started this thing.
It's because of Johnny's crazy emoji.
I mean, that's too much to lead off with.
I still didn't get yours.
I know. Well, you're far away. I know when I ring.
This whole emoji thing's just freaking me out.
I've been told, too, that there's a new mayor of Pinellas Park, Florida. Well, re-elected mayor in a landslide. It was the Honorable Tits McGee. So, congratulations. Yeah. Well, I don't know what this thing is, but it's just a rope. It's not a charger at all.
Yeah, it's slow.
I'm going to burn that phone.
No, it's not even that it's slow. It doesn't even work.
We all got to get fast chargers. It's the only way to live our lives.
I got a fast charger, fucking around all the time. Do you see that they remade that in some weird fucking new style?
No.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I love
the
that
kids
song.
are loving it. They added tons of production to it. Just
Come
tons.
on.
Yeah.
The song's so good on its own.
Yeah, they don't believe it. I got a fast charger. My emojis get out so fast. Hey, I was just thinking this, and I mean, this is just, it has nowhere to go, okay? It was just a thought that I had. But I'm going to put it out there. We don't have to deal with it today.
Okay.
Just let this one settle in.
All right.
But have you noticed that never once, everyone here has black friends, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
All of us have black friends.
Love them.
All your friends are black, right?
Yeah, I'm like the only one.
Never once in your life have you ever said to a black guy, wow, you got a really bad haircut. I'm just going to leave it at that. No one ever notices if a black guy had a bad haircut. It just looks like a haircut.
I've never thought about that.
Let it sink, okay?
Right.
Because I think I hit something universal. Dude, what are you doing? That's a terrible haircut for you.
It doesn't look good on you.
Never. You just immediately accept the haircut. It looks fine. Now, with white people, you say that constantly.
Oh, yeah.
What did you do to your hair? I love that the way it used to.
Why did you do that?
Yeah.
You look crazy right now.
I mean, you do that almost every time. Even if you like it, even if you like a good haircut, it means, man, it must have meant that your last haircut was so bad. We never do that with black people. Their hair looks fine no matter how they get. If it's an afro, if it's the fade, shaved, it's just a good haircut.
You accept it as the new hair? Yeah.
It just looks fine.
That's your new hair. Got it. Good.
You don't even say that. You're just like, oh, did something change? Your hair still looks good.
It's crisp. It's a barbershop culture. I'm going to throw that theory out there.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, that doesn't make sense. I don't think that's why. Nobody,
I mean, if anything, it's racism, what you just did. There's no bad haircuts for black people.
I can't think of one. They're all good.
They're all good.
And you're able to change with it whenever you would like.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you do. You want to put your fucking name on the side of your head? It looks fine.
I love it.
You know, some lightning bolts.
Just as good as the last haircut.
Yeah. You want to Angela Davis that shit and just let it go wherever it wants?
I prefer it. I prefer it.
Perfect. Nothing looks bad for black people. They have that going for them. Well, that's what I'm saying. Don't spend all that money on sneakers. We're not looking at your feet. Your haircut looks great.
Become hairheads, not sneakerheads.
We're all hairheads, Chris. It's natural.
I think we got a break here, Chris. I don't know how to tell you this. We haven't broke once today.
We have to break.
That's the producer's job.
We got to break. Have to.
Gots to love the break.
Bunny Kick Butt has group text envy. I don't see why we couldn't have another person, especially with you dropping out.
Of course. I
mean,
you're
part of this. You have to stick with the group text.
It was your idea.
Yeah.
At least for a little while longer. See how it works out.
The Bennington Show group text is my favorite. # Bennington. That's what Johnny wrote. That doesn't even make sense, does it?
Wait, the group text itself isn't an entity.
Wait, maybe there's it's a period after is my favorite. And then he's also saying # Bennington.
I guess he's in. Look how fast I'm charging now. It's charging like a motherfucker.
Yeah. That's like charge AF.
God damn it.
I'm in a group text. Now that my charge is working real good, I gotta make a decision. What kind of emoji do I send my group? Yeah. And I remember texting in your car going so fast. You never heard this, Noel? I hear it every time I go to piss. They're playing it.
No, I'd like to hear it. Although I don't trust it already because I love the original, so.
Hits one, I guess I must be hearing when I piss, right?
Yeah, hits one's always,
Is that what they play in there?
Hits one, right?
What's that?
They're on 2.
No,
it used to be hits one was on 1.
Yeah, it's on that show.
What's on 1?
It's just something that says, "Hey, welcome to Sirius XM. We have over 1 million channels."
Yeah, it's like a long infomercial.
You'll never
put that on 2.
You won't even be able to find some of your favorite shows here on Sirius XM. I know that should be on 2. Hits 1 was always on 1, and when you would turn the car on, like if you got a rental car, Hits 1 was right there.
Ready for you.
Yeah. Now you're like, I guess I got to go to 2 for Hits 1.
Is that where your new squad works?
It's part of the squad, yeah. Ryan Sampson.
Just Ryan is the only one that you're friends with?
Yeah.
Who else is part of his morning squad?
Then there's Stanley T and Nicole, all part of the morning mash.
Everybody loves Nicole.
Yeah.
Everyone's crazy about her. She's a fine hall person.
Yeah. It's good to have a nice hall person.
Where's hall?
Around.
Lauren, good hall person.
Great hall person.
Stina?
No, God, no.
She's more of a desk person. Like if you're walking past her desk, she's like, "Hi, I got all this work." How's Steely Dan doing with his gossip? Is he up to?
He's got some juicy stuff.
What did you need TPO break?
What's a TPO break?
What did I tell you about typing instead of just talking?
We should break.
You want me to quit? I'll quit the show.
No.
It could be all commercials.
No.
You're forcing to.
We have the commercial right now.
We have the commercial right now.
Oh, God.
We'll be right back. Bennington. It's the Bennington Show on a Wednesday, a midweek.
A Wednesday.
A what?
A Wednesday.
What's that mean?
That's how I have to phonetically think of it when I try to spell it.
I never realized that.
Because it makes no sense that there's a nest in there.
Well, because it's not our language there, right? We're adapting. Because it was supposed to be like Woden's Day or something.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the origin of Wednesday, like why, what is Woden's Day?
Well, that's like a god, like a Viking god. But Chris will look it up. Maybe we're all wrong.
All right, so it's defined. It's from Mesopotamian. It's derived from Old English, Day of Woden.
Woden, not Woden.
Woden.
Day of Woden.
Is that a day of woe?
No, Woden wasn't Woden a Viking god?
Yeah, Wodensdag is what this looks like.
Is it a Viking god?
Yes, it's a Viking god.
That's all you need to say.
But is he full of woe? Because I know Wednesday's child is full of woe. That's me. I'm a Wednesday's child.
Are you?
Yes. Monday's child, fair of face. Tuesday's child, full of grace.
Oh.
Wednesday's child, full of woe. Thursday's child,
Busted toe.
fucked up toe.
What is it?
Far to go? Which I think is...
Fart to go.
I must have been a Thursday child then. I mean, just from my nature.
Do you think it's nurture or nature? That's my word.
It's nature.
I see you more as the Bonnie Blythe and Gay type.
Nature's way of telling you something's wrong. Well, we learned quite a bit about this all today.
I know. There's so much to say about Wednesdays. Hump day, if you will.
Hump day, Wines Day, midweek.
Wines Day is the best one. And I feel like that was like something that happened recently. They started calling it Wines Day.
Well, that was when the Today Show started having
that was
yes. You were stealing from the Today Show.
Oh my God, you still have a bruise from days ago getting blood work done. That's insane.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem healthy.
He injures easily when you pinch him, too.
Yeah.
Really?
Low iron. I refuse to take iron pills.
Why? That's not a cool thing that you should brag about.
I'm going to say bind you up. I'm going to keep it classy.
Is that the reason that you don't take it?
Yeah, it's terrible. But yeah, I was butchered.
Yeah, but you're deeply bruised still. Days
I'm also
later.
very pale.
Yeah. It's like pinching a fucking dolphin. His entire skin is like dolphin belly. It's hairless.
Just as moist as well.
Yeah.
Fortunately.
Slick.
No hair. No hair.
The thing is, I think you're starting to grow a dorsal fin.
That's just a hernia.
On your back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Weird.
That is weird.
Oh.
I'd like to solve the puzzle, please. It's door, sail, fin. Thank you.
Oh,
For
no.
$1,200, I went to pool table.
You didn't win it. Stop trying to pick your prize.
It's a door, sail, fin. I'm hoping that's going to be my new thing. Everybody should have a thing. Hey, by the way, did you guys see the New York Times article about how great of a ping pong player Judah Freelander is?
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
So awesome.
How cool the honor of having the New York Times say you're an amazing ping pong player.
Dude, it's a well-known fact, and he plays with like a world-class ping pong girl who's going to the Olympics.
Wow.
And he plays with her all the time.
That's insane. I wonder if he ever goes down to Bryant Park has like a ping pong setup down there now.
He plays at one outdoor place, and then he plays at a place on like the Lower East Side. They gave it out. It's I even think that there's like a famous owner, like one of the owners is famous.
Yeah, and the person he plays with is Wu Yi.
Ooh, you're good. Look how he just stands there looking totally serious.
He's so serious.
He's a world champ.
Well, it makes sense. He'd be serious about it.
Look, I like comedy as much as the next person, but he's an unbelievable ping pong player. And he was very let down that Sirius got rid of their ping pong table in the lobby.
Oh, man.
I don't even know where they put that thing. It just disappeared one day.
They put it far away. There was complaints from the booking department. You know, they would be doing a gig in there, and there'd just be guys fucking around.
Just crushing.
Yeah, we just don't have the space.
It was used constantly. Like it was never free.
Dude, there's a new restaurant over on the east side. I go over this way because they have a cigar bar in the cellar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so then you go upstairs. There's a couple ping pong games, like old video games and stuff like that. And you have to use the same door is the cigar bar. I go in there. It's so loud, and it looks like freshman sign-up day. You guys would go in there and feel ancient. It's how low. And they're eating food, and they're drinking, and it's the youngest fucking crowd I've ever seen in New York.
Wow.
And loud as a fucking cafeteria in a high school.
I wonder why. I mean, that's not that common up that way. I mean, this is Upper East?
Yeah, it's not common at all to run into a young audience. And they were crazy young. Crazy young.
That's weird, because they usually just dominate in like Brooklyn or whatever, or Williamsburg.
Yes, there she goes.
Oh, there she is.
Also, Judah plays at Spin and down in Tompkins Square Park.
Tompkins
Square. That was your buddy hanging with her,
Yeah. I just saw that.
But he don't even give you the what up, right?
Oh, yeah.
Here's the funny thing is.
Zero respect.
Flats wrote to me 2 weeks ago, do we want her? And I was laughing.
Oh, really?
And I said, sure. And now he'll be furious to know they're 15 feet away from us. Look, Palin, back in the news. I wonder if Trump's going to use her. And like put him on the board, like if he gets something.
You think that,
it's like she lost her heat,
I think, yeah, the wind out of her sails.
I think in Trump's mind, she has like loser stink on her because she lost with McCain.
He lost. You never blame the vice president.
Yeah, it's not her fault.
You could give him extra credit if there's a win. You know what I mean? Like, right. He pulled his home state. It's like you always want to get somebody from California or Texas or something.
But it's more like it's as though she couldn't save him. It's not that it was entirely her fault. It didn't help.
She blew a lot of goddamn smoke up the ass of that campaign. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I remember people freaked out when they announced that she was the vice.
It was very exciting.
Yeah.
Very exciting. But, after 8 years, you're not the new puppy anymore, No,
they always wait till after you get the nomination before you announce your vice.
Yes.
You never do it beforehand.
You can. No one's stopping you. But
is there a reason? Because you're trying to stay in bed with everyone still? Or what's the reason?
Yeah, I mean, what happens is you want to be somebody that can be, from a strategy point of view, can be good for you. Let's say this. Kennedy had Johnson. Mm-hmm. They hated each other. But Johnson pulled the South. He would not have been elected without Johnson.
Right.
Then Johnson later murdered him and took it off for himself.
So that didn't work out perfectly in the end.
Mm-hmm.
He murdered him?
Johnson.
Wake up. Yes. LBJ was behind the assassination.
I never knew that.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah,
Chris.
You don't watch a lot of fucking TV, Chris. You live in a goddamn ghettoized world.
I thought it was Oswald.
I thought you loved conspiracies.
Who put Oswald up to it? You fucking idiot.
LBJ?
All right, I'm not playing this game with you. You don't even mean it for a second, right? You're making this up?
No, I've never heard that LBJ was behind it.
Just put LBJ and conspiracy into your goddamn dark web. You'll come up with it in a second. Who else would it have been? It was his state. He controlled Dallas.
Oh, shit.
You've never seen or heard of that before.
I've never seen the LBJ assassinated Kennedy.
Open your eyes, Chris.
And your ears and fucking...
And butt.
Go to a... What?
Open every orifice you have. And accept the truth.
Except for one. Shut that fucking pie hole.
For once.
Mouth shut, ears listening.
Okay.
That's what you need to be doing. And you had a screaming what at us in a fake fucking way for 10 minutes.
It's the truth.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, I'm in shock.
You shouldn't be, though.
Yeah. You're dumb for being in shock.
I, this morning, had an incident in which I thought for sure I had lost my keys. I was wondering, to you, what do you think is a worse scenario? Losing your keys or losing your wallet?
Wallet.
I just recently lost my wallet. I'm going to say losing keys are worse.
Really?
If it's a fucking process to get keys in my apartment, and if I can't get into my home, I'm fucked.
Well, you're the only person that have keys. Why don't you just have some keys somewhere else?
Okay. Well, I know it costs like $75 to get my keys fucking copied.
Yeah, and that's nothing.
Here's the problem with the keys, and this is why my panic. Now, we're living in a world with the cards and the fobs and all that stuff. I have a fob to get into my building. I have a little thing that I have to swipe just to get into my building at home now, as well as 2 cards to come into the studio and to work.
You keep all your keys on the same keychain.
They're all together.
Have secondaries made. At least you live with somebody. Chris, no one has spare keys to your place.
Just my super only has 1 spare key, and I have a second key because I don't trust them to have the keys because I think they're going to go into my apartment.
Right, but why not give it to a friend?
Why don't you give me a copy of your keys? I would love to be the key master, if you will.
I don't want anyone with my keys but me.
Chris.
Then that's why you're going to be fucked up.
Tell me right now you don't trust me enough to have the keys to your home.
I trust you, but I don't want anyone to have my keys.
So it's not the same thing.
My keys my spares are somewhere that quite a few people could get to them.
Yeah.
And then you guys have keys,
I have
right?
keys.
And your brother has keys?
My brother has keys.
I get keys all over. And by the way, it didn't cost me any $75 fucking bucks a key.
I have the key to my front door of my building is fucking really expensive for some reason.
Is it a fob?
You're fucking dope. Take it to a regular guy instead of asking for the building to do it.
I don't ask for the building. It's a fucking locksmith. If I just go to any place that has the keys, they charge.
Go to a
crazy.
different locksmith.
Yeah, go to like just a key maker, a key, whatever you call that.
For whatever reason, this key costs
Let
a
me
shitload
see
of money.
that.
Here,
No,
take
that's a normal key.
It's a Medico.
You know what? I'm going to melt this key.
No,
right here.
it's too much money. No.
That's what you get for not trusting us, Chris. You didn't trust us.
It's going to cost me $75
or more.
No,
if I'm right.
This is a key that anyone could make.
Bullshit!
I'm telling you, if you have a fob, I would listen to you, but this is just a key. This is
You know what? I'll press that into a bar of soap and fucking have another key back in no time.
Oh, how can you live like this? He's got 1 key going the wrong way.
What's wrong with that?
You gotta flip the whole fucking thing.
No.
You're disgusting.
That's sick.
Look at this.
I could never live like that.
No, I couldn't either. And then you got a rape whistle on it. Here, this is where I think your keys.
No,
crashed.
I need those fucking keys.
Chris, just leave them.
I'm going to throw them down the sewer. Make you fucking sit outside and try to scrap.
And this rape whistle is an XM bottle opener. This doesn't even work anymore.
That's his nickname for rape. An XM bottle opener.
Oh my God, Chris, you're sick.
You are sick.
You're always trying to force open bottles.
Ew.
That's you.
Got to get in there somehow.
Oh my
You're fucking
God.
disgusting, dude.
Chris!
What?
What do you mean, what?
Alcohol!
It's one thing to say it, but it's another thing to go, what?
And it's another thing to do it in front of us.
Yeah,
I
on
feel
a
like melting all
daily
your
basis.
I'm going to melt all your keys now.
That's what he deserves. Just do it. It's what he deserves.
I'm going to get over and fuck up his door lock anyway.
Just put the boots to it. Just put the boots to the
It's
shit.
already fucked up.
You're fucked up.
Yes, everyone thinks so for that last rape whistle comment of mine.
Yeah. Everything in your life is a fucking rape whistle, dude.
But yes, that's why.
How many times have you lost your wallet in your life?
3 times.
3.
And how many times you lost your virginity?
0.
0.
I'll tell you right now. Well, here's and you might find this to be an amusing fucking story.
I will.
So I I lose my fucking wallet when I was a kid, right? And I know it was at this fucking bar because I was fucking wasted. So I go back to the bar. I go, anybody turn in a wallet? And they're like, yeah, they turned in a wallet, but there wasn't any money in there. So I had like fucking $210 in there, right? I had $20. I go, well, something better fucking end up back in this wallet. I just say to him, say to a guy who owns a bar. And I go, or else we'll have to call the police. He goes, you call the police all the time. I go like this. Here's the thing though. You remember I'm in here drinking? Yeah. I go, take a look at this fucking license. I'm underage.
Oh boy.
So we're all going to end up in trouble. I need this fucking wallet filled up exactly where it was before.
Oh, shit.
They fucking gave me the 210.
Wow.
Now here's the thing. You don't give back 210 unless you know it's fucking 210.
No, yeah.
You're
no
like,
way.
fuck you, kid. Fucking smack your head. Well, I was furious with those fuckers.
Yeah.
And here's what gave it away. Smirk on his face.
Oh, what a dirtbag.
He had a smirk on his face when he was like, hey, they took the money out. I go, did they?
Yeah. And here's the problem with it. If you found a wallet and it had no money, you would just say, yeah, I found your wallet. You would just assume that that person, nobody just takes the money out, drops it. They'd probably chuck it in the trash.
But here's the other thing, too. Why would they even fucking think to themselves? So maybe the guy had no money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've, a lot of times with me, even now, I'll keep my money in my front pocket, my wallet, my back,
Right.
Not everybody keeps them fucking billfold in with their wallet. Cocksuckers.
When I was working at a restaurant, I had my bag it was far away from me, and it was near where the bathroom was. And someone stole my wallet out of my bag while I was working, which is just sick. It's just so cruel. And one of my coworkers is like, hold on a second, your whole wallet's gone? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, let's go through the trash. We put gloves on, we go through the trash in the bathroom, and the fucking dude had dumped my fucking wallet in the trash. And I'm like, because you know that in this day and age, you're not going to be able to use the credit card. You're not going to get away with it. People cancel that shit too quickly. So he had no use for my debit card or my credit card. He just took the cash, but then chucked it in the garbage, which is like, now you're just beyond inconveniencing me. You've stolen from me, and
how much money do you have in there?
It wasn't much. It was probably like $50, $60.
Can I tell you something?
Could have been worse.
I think the fucking dude who said looks through the trash, he's the fucking thief.
I was wondering that in my, first of all, I thought of her, it was a lady thief.
Then I know it was her.
But I was thinking, at the very least, then you've done this before. Because I would never think, they would take it from there and then chuck it in the garbage. I would be like, what? They would just drop it on the ground at that point and run. Why would they? Or leave it in their coat to get rid of it later.
You know what you should have said? Good thing we have video surveillance of this, even if you didn't.
And you would have got away with it, too.
Mm. By the way, you guys still watching Vinyl at all?
Mm-mm.
I didn't see the last episode.
So, you know the murderer, right?
Yeah.
He says to his dad, I need you to do an alibi for me. We went out to the movies. And his dad's like, yeah, all right, I'll tell him the movies. That's it. What movie? And he says, was that Enter the Dragon? And he goes, that's the dumbest name for a dragon I ever heard in my life. That was the first time I really fucking laughed. The other night they did Lou Reed, too, on performing on stage.
How was the actor?
Did it look like Lou?
To me, no.
Mm-hmm. Sweet Lou?
Does anyone look like they were supposed to look in that TV show?
No. I don't even understand why they feel the need to do it constantly. And then I don't know why they always do a throwback to a 1950s fucking entertainer.
Yeah, it's one or the other, really.
Yeah, where are you at with this?
You're all over the map, Vinyl.
I'm freaked out about my wallet and my key bob.
Everybody check.
All right, I have my keys, I think.
One of your keys is missing.
Motherfucker.
Is that part of the joke?
No, it's not a joke. It's just my keys.
But it isn't your fucking front door key, so what do you care?
I don't have another copy of any other keys, so I don't know how I'm going to get copies of those.
But you don't even know what they're for, right? Where do your other keys go to?
I know this one. This is my mail.
Look on mine. Does anything look familiar?
Let me see. That one looks...
Here's a fucking funny thing.
Slick.
I got fucking handled this because I lost my keys so many times.
Mm-hmm.
I got put this fucking embarrassing thing on it.
Yeah.
So now I'm forced to keep my keys in my pocket.
I had something similar that my mom made me do. And I'm saying made me because I was in college and that's why it's extra embarrassing. It'd be one thing if I was like in middle school. But I had lost my keys so many times that she bought it was like a Beanie Baby. It was that size.
That's the same person who did this to me. It's fucking embarrassing.
And it was a horse Beanie Baby. And she sewed it onto my keys.
so that you wouldn't be able to just feel free to throw your keys down on the table.
Exactly. So I had to keep it on my person because they were so embarrassing.
Yeah, that's what she did to me. Sinister and smart. So, by the way, I replaced these keys and never cared about them. Never once.
I need my keys. I don't trust
everyone. Fucking needs their keys.
Who doesn't? Why would you have
You should leave your key with somebody, though.
Not leave them with anybody.
Leave it with me, Chris.
Give it the morning mashup.
Hey, Ryan.
If you give it to morning mashup and not me, I'm going to be really hurt.
Why? I wouldn't care if somebody didn't fucking want me to be their key master.
Give me the keys.
Why are you so obsessed with my keys?
Give me the originals.
Because it means the friendship. I took one of your keys. Which one? Laundry room?
It could be the laundry room or my front door, my other door.
Give me the keys, Chris, and let me get out of here.
They look very similar.
Give me the keys.
It's a $75 key. This is $75 value.
Can I tell you something?
It's not a $75 value.
I'll fucking throw 3 fucking $75 keys out the window right now just to prove a point.
What point does it prove?
Making it rain. Making it rain keys. Past the Florida Keys, there's a $75 key. It's supposed... You know what my favorite key is?
What's that?
Monkey. I like to solve it. That's monkey hate clean. That was a Simpsons bet. Monkey hate clean.
Monkey hate clean.
It was my fucking favorite thing in the world. I like that game though. What would you fucking hate to lose first?
Yeah.
Because
they're both bad.
But there should always be a 3. It should be, what would you hate to lose worse? A key, a wallet, or a child? What would hurt worse to lose?
Still keys for me.
It's not a $75 value child.
No.
There is nothing as scary, right? Like you'll be in the park and you'll just hear a woman go like this, Marcus!
Oh.
Marcus! And I immediately like, Marcus! You know what I mean? I just jump in.
You're on it.
I'm freaked out as if he was my kid.
Yeah, it really panics me.
And I'll be like this when they find him. Marcus, you don't walk away from your mother. Ever.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm going to fuck you up next time. Next time you try to run away, you're going to fucking picture this face there. Picture this face. Because this face is going to jump out at you in the middle of the night. And I will fucking destroy you. And I'll just fucking take his license. Now I know where you live, Marcus. You might know who we are, but we know who you are, okay? No, I hate a kid. And I've had that happen, people yelling like that on the beach.
Yeah, that's a really scary one. I think I can remember one time in particular, remember people were running up and down the, like looking in the water. It was horrible. It was so scary.
And I dove underwater and I fucking hit a baby and I'm just like, get out of the way. I'm looking for a much older child. Why is that funny to you? You're disgusting. Dude.
Just the baby part.
Give me the key.
Here, I'm going to take.
You don't trust?
This is a big step for me.
Yeah.
I'm not a truster.
Well, what?
Careful with that.
I will be.
Please careful with that. Please don't do that. No!
Let's see if we can find it in the dark.
Turn
up
the lights. Hit the lights.
Keep those lights on.
I want to see if the key fits into the elevator shaft thing.
It's not. I can fucking tell you, it's not.
I want to listen for it to hit.
I need that $75 key.
That's the best thing to try out. That or like right by the monorail.
Freaked out.
I'm glad Gail told this. I was protecting her. When she was like a little baby, right? For some reason, one of us, she's acting cranky. We're at Orlando's Disney World, right? Somebody says, here, play with the keys. Plays with the keys, right?
Okay.
She fucking takes it. She puts it into this place in between the window and the side of the monorail and drops it. So I'm like, no one fucking move. Stop the monorail, right? So we're stopped for a while. And you must have been like a year old or something, right? So finally the fucking guy is saying, look, we can't wait here. We have to drop off these other people. Well, but I'll pass the thing along. It won't it? I'm watching the monorail fucking drive away with my keys. I'm exhausted at Disney all day. I fucking turn around and look at this 1-year-old like this. Oh.
Maybe I thought that's what you wanted me to do. Oh, I got this for you. Here, this is where keys go.
You were crazy enough to think that was a good idea. But those people at Disney, they stopped it somewhere. They fucking went out. They burst off the side of the thing. Down, like they took it down the keys, and it went all the way around the park and then back to us.
Oh, wow. They actually took care of it.
Yeah. They're good people.
Oh, yeah. They care.
They go like this. And they give me the keys, and I go, aren't you forgetting something? And they were like, what? I go, take this child. I go, this child, right, is worth more to you than to me, because I can't put up with the hassle anymore. You stabbed the entire family in the back.
I thought that's where keys went.
Here's the thing, and all the fooling around, what happened to Christmas cake?
Oh,
no,
can't
come
find
on,
it.
seriously. Please, I need it.
It's hidden somewhere in here.
I'm going to be spending a lot of time in this studio.
Okay.
This is fucked up.
Hey, you know what? We never even got around to this. We wanted to, because we've got the Unmasked today, right?
Yeah.
We wanted to play GPS. So here's what we're going to do. Secret vote.
Okay.
Which GPS we should play.
All right. Here we go.
Joe, Jamban, Vito, everybody votes.
We all got it. Love a secret vote.
And I don't want anybody even telling anyone else. Oh. We've never played a GPS on here, right?
Never. We've never played one.
I'm very excited to do this.
The votes are coming in.
Here we go. Now, none of us have known what the other people are thinking.
No.
Right? San Francisco.
Oh.
Oh, here's Vito's. Vito's is...
Secret.
Memphis. So one San Francisco, one Memphis.
Okay.
Right.
I guess this is Jamban. Jamban picked Detroit. So we have one San Francisco, one Memphis, one Detroit.
This is exciting.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Now it's the three people in this room.
Yeah.
Are betting. And it is Detroit, Detroit, Detroit.
Woo! Yeah! Now notice everyone who is involved with GPS picked Detroit.
Isn't that true?
Interesting.
That's what?
Crazy.
Why did you not commit to it? It's fine if you think it's crazy. But why did you bail on it?
It wasn't crazy. It was obvious.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck, I did put his key somewhere now. I don't know where.
Come on.
Is that the one to get into your building for real?
Yeah, it's a $75 fucking key.
Jeez, you're getting strong on him.
Stop bragging because I have an $8 key. You know what I mean? I know, but seriously, you're making me feel bad about my $8 key.
I mean, $75 isn't good value.
Is it?
It is. You're gonna feel so proud buying a new one.
I'm not. I feel like an
By the
asshole.
way, that's $75 when you take a key and remake it. Probably rebooting it from nothing.
Oh yeah.
It's probably going to cost you $150, $200.
I'm just not going home. Fuck it. I'll just wait outside my apartment building for people to come in.
Yeah, you've done that before.
It didn't work out last time.
Yeah.
It's not a doorman building.
So Detroit. Let's go over the line. Do we have the lineup for what the Detroit songs were? And we don't want to give them away, right?
Yeah, we don't want to give them away.
Leave it exciting. Leave it exciting. That's what. Who's your favorite of all the Detroit groups, though?
I would have to say the MC5.
That's a great one. Chris?
Iggy.
Great one. I'll also say this. Early Alice Cooper is completely overlooked.
Very different.
The Detroit Wheels. Unbelievable. So that's coming up. Want to do that next?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll take a break here. You'll come back we'll all be back with our first GPS. Is GPS Detroit. This is the Bennington Show. That, of course, is the Amboy Dukes, and this is the Bennington Show and GPS, where we go to a different city and just check out the music that came out of that town. This is Detroit, and some great acts we were just playing, Gail.
Yeah, Amboy Dukes, and before that, The Frost, both pulling this really trippy psychedelic stuff out. You know, it's like both of them, you could feel that psychedelic influence, but still really hard.
Well, you know, Dick Wagner from The Frost went back in the 70s, was playing and writing with Alice Cooper, also a Detroit act. And the Amboy Dukes gave us Ted Nugent. So if you would have heard that spacey track many, many years ago and thought to yourself, oh, that guy will be on Fox News one day, nobody would have believed you. This is GPS, and we're talking about Detroit because Detroit is, of course, besides being Motown, besides being hip-hop, has a great hard rock background to it. We brought up earlier about the Grandy Ballroom being a big place, and that audience showed up. And I think if you look at any city and the way people feel about the music there, you have to have a discerning audience. And Detroit had that early on, where an audience who would really get behind somebody when they loved them and kind of go, what? We get it. This isn't working when it's not. So you had that very early on in Detroit. One of the main reasons, or maybe it came out of that audience, or maybe it's because the audience was reading it, was Cream magazine. The first real hard rock magazine came out of Detroit.
The coolest thing about Cream magazine is that it was set aside from, it wasn't East Coast, it wasn't West Coast. So it allowed the writers to have a certain sense of humor, sort of a little bit more bold in their criticisms. And I think that is something that was such an integral part of that scene, is they had a rawness when they talked about music that they just didn't care. They were just going to give their opinions.
And you had people like Lester Bang and Dave Marsh, who works here at Sirius XM. These are the guys that I kind of grew up reading, along with the Rolling Stone writers. And some of those guys, of course, ended up writing for Rolling Stone later on. But I think that there was something like, these were the first people who took hard rock serious, and that was the writers of Cream and the audience of Detroit. It was always a bold place. It was always a place the bands wanted to go over and win over. We've got more right here on GPS. Who's next, Gail?
Next, we're going to hear from the Unrelated Segments. They were a local favorite in Detroit, getting airplay on WKNR, and it ended up landing them some spots at the Grandy Ballroom. And they got the chance to open up for the MC5 and the Who. So this is the Unrelated Segments with the story of my life.
That is the Pleasure Seekers, What a Way to Die. And somehow that hasn't ended up in a Quentin Tarantino film yet. It's GPS. And we take a long look at Detroit and the great music that's come out of there.
The Pleasure Seekers were just so cool. They were an all-female band when no other females were making music like this. And they were convinced that if we just throw on miniskirts, they'll definitely let us play. And they just started playing teeny bopper clubs, but playing way harder garage rock sound. And actually, Susie Quattro was in that band, who later had a huge career and became Leather Tuscadero.
Yeah, so much has come out of Detroit. And the fact that the rock is hard, it's big, it's really edgy and ballsy. Even now, when you listen to a song like that, it would still probably be a little too rough for most radio stations. And they're doing that in the early mid-60s.
Absolutely. And it still sounds youthful. I mean, it's a sound that came back, that kind of lo-fi garage rock sound definitely had its day in the sun again. And to think like a lot of these bands were doing it and they were just kind of local heroes.
Well, there was another point. You bring up local heroes, and some of these bands were big on Detroit and Midwestern radio and nowhere else. But some of the bands broke big, extremely big. The next couple acts we're going to play, it started to get in that position. Bob Seger became a major star all around the country, even though it took him years to do it, years to break out of being a Midwestern act. And if you listen to the backup singer here, he went on to be in probably the biggest band in the 1970s, the Eagles. You can hear Glenn Frey, a young teenage Glenn Frey, singing back up with a guy who really represents Michigan rock to a lot of people. This is Bob Seger. This is GPS with the Bennington Show, and it's all about Detroit today. And that was the one and only Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper, of course, during the 1970s, had a brief period as being the biggest rock and roll star in the entire world, and all of his chops were learned in Detroit.
We also heard from Question Mark and the Mysterians, who I think is maybe my favorite band to come out of this scene. I just think that they were the absolute coolest. And I think maybe one of the coolest things about Question Mark and the Mysterians is that Dave Marsh of Cream Magazine from Detroit first said about Question Mark and the Mysterians, describing their music as punk rock. And it was the first time that term has ever been used. I don't think there's anything cooler than that.
Well, that's an amazing feat. But even when you go back and listen to the music that we've been playing, there's really traditional rock and roll. There's blues. There's certainly psychedelic. It's garage. It is indeed early punk when you look at Question Marks and the Mysterians or the Stooges.
Yeah.
Even MC5. There's so much music that comes out of Detroit. And to know that some of this was played at the same time when Detroit was incredibly famous for their R&B sound with Motown, it's kind of astounding. One of the things that we were mentioning earlier is that when you got over with the Detroit audience, you were over big. And I always thought it was amazing that a Boston band like Jay Giles would make sure they recorded all their live albums in Detroit, because it sounds like a plane is taking off in the background. Those people are just loving it. So they did 3 albums there. We brought up the fact that Kiss wrote a song called Detroit Rock City. David Bowie did Panic in Detroit. It was always known in rock and roll circles that when you were going to Detroit, you wanted to bring it. And if you did, you were going to have a really big show.
Yeah, and there's also this interest in counterculture, you know? It's like any one of these groups could have moved to LA or found a place in New York, but it was that there was such a core of people who wanted to make that scene really great. And there was like a lot of boldness. I mean, the White Panther Party came out of that same circle, sure. The same guys who were, running the Grandy Ballroom. I mean, There was something really bold about these guys.
Well, and a lot of that was when we were talking about the critics and Cream Magazine, when you'll hear Dave Marsh do a show, one show that he'll do will be about music and the next will be about politics. This was a town of unions, and these kids grew up with that. It is GPS. We are the Bennington Show, and it's all about Detroit today. This is a band who also probably for a brief shining moment was the biggest and loudest band in the world. This is Glenn Funk Railroad. That is Grand Funk Railroad. This is GPS in Detroit, Rock City, one of the biggest and best rock and roll cities of all time. We are the Bennington Show. And Gail, when we go over this list of great Detroit bands, there are a few bands that were fantastic, never got discovered by a national audience until 20, 25 years later, and then people coming back and going, oh, this is great rock and roll. 2 documentaries came out very recently.
Both of these documentaries, I had never heard of these groups before, and it's amazing to think that that they got their time in the sun again. We have Searching for Sugar Man,
which is a stunning documentary if you haven't seen it. This is a Detroit rocker who basically didn't make a hit in the States, but was a major act in South Africa, and he doesn't even know about it for like 25 plus years. And this South Africa radio station went looking for him. It's a tremendous documentary that made him a big star again, not only in South Africa, but in this country. And the other one?
The other is the documentary, A Band Called Death, which blew me away that this band, that their recordings had been dormant for that long. And this band will blow your mind.
They are absolutely excellent. And it's one of the fun things about going back and looking at something like we're doing here on GPS with Detroit, is to see how much great music came out, how many terrific performers, singers, songwriters, producers, but some of them got their due and some did not. This is a band out of Detroit that it took a long time, but people finally caught up with them. This is a band called Death. That was Rodriguez with Sugar Man. And if you're a fan of the kind of music you've been listening to here on GPS, you've got to go out and check out the documentary of Searching for Sugar Man. Before that, we played Keep on Knocking by Death. Again, another great documentary, A Band Called Death.
Death's Keep on Knocking. That song, you can hear that the guitar had the complexity of rock and roll, but this energy and spirit of punk rock. And they had started as a funk band. They were pulling something from everywhere.
And that is what Detroit is really about. You go back through this music. It's incredibly integrated. It's black, white, it's Midwestern. What it tends to be is big and loud and theatrical. And that is Detroit. That's what they brought to rock and roll. As a matter of fact, is the music we've been playing here for the past hour. If you want to go back and listen to any of these bands, it's all out there. But also make sure that you pay attention to the entire scene. We brought up the documentary Louder Than Love, the Grande Ballroom. Pick up some great writers out of Detroit as well.
That's right. You can definitely learn so much from reading the writing of Dave Marsh and Lester Bangs. I mean, Lester Bangs said of Detroit that it was rock's only hope at that time. And he said it was the one true, real scene that was happening.
And you know what? After all these years, he's probably right. Hey, if there's a city that you want us to put here on GPS as their bands that you want us to focus, send us an email at thebenningtonshow@gmail.com. That's thebenningtonshow@gmail.com. We're going to be taking a look at certain cities the way we did here with Detroit. One of the other things that I love about this, the Detroit sound is still out there when there's bands like the White Stripes and what Jack White did after that. but there's also a difficult time to even find out when it started. You know what I mean? It's all so fuzzy, and there are so many great names who have worked their way through Detroit music.
And these were the bands that kind of laid that out for them. They're standing on those stepping stones. You can feel their influence.
Let's end this. We started this with the MC5. So we started big and loud and proud. And let's go out the same way. What I think is one of the great rock and roll bands of all time. And one of the great frontmen of all time with Mr. Iggy Pop. When this band came out, it certainly helped change everything in the 70s, and the influences are talked about for bands forever. This has been GPS with the Bennington Show. We appreciate you being here. And now let's go out with real Detroit rock. The one and only, The Stooges.